All right, everyone to your places.
We're ready in here, sir.
How are we in the studio?
Stand by, sir. Hit the lights.
Yes, sir. Striking.
Quiet on the set, please. We're on in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, everyone. Don't be afraid. It's just us. The Arlington Weekly News is on the air once again. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Nolan.
Buenas noches, Mr. Nolan.
Buenas noches, Señor Pene.
Say that, Nia Pineda.
You're back with the Spanish. Excellent.
Run it back. Just for you, Adele. Just for
All
you.
right. My name is Adele Quo.
Hey, Adele.
And we're all here to present another edition of the Arlington Weekly News, our first show in August.
Hot August.
August 2017. Holy cow, the summer is flying by. Hope you're staying cool in this August heat out there. It's been a little toasty lately, but
Soupy.
thank goodness for air conditioning. Well, our usual lineup of stuff, news and community bulletin board. Adele is here with
It's easy being green.
your scarf and everything.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Stylish.
Very stylish down there.
We are
Wow.
very styling.
CBB, as I mentioned. Denise is here with her reviews. She's looking at Legally Blonde
Legally
tonight.
Blonde. Wow.
News for seniors. And then our very own styrofoam mom, Miriam Gennari, and our guest, John Gaffigan. That's our show. But before we begin, a social media reminder from my part.
Absolutely, Mr. Nolan. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News. And everyone, the number 1. Also, facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. And don't forget the radio, WERALP 96.7.
All right. Gracias, Senor Pineda. Here we go with the first of our news items. Well, an MS-13 gang member and murderer was recently apprehended here in Arlington. 20-year-old Salvadoran Douglas Alexander Herrera Hernandez was caught by immigration and local law enforcement officials on Saturday, July 29th. The Texas Department of Public Safety had issued a bulletin and a warrant for his arrest on Wednesday, July 26th. Herrera Hernandez, nicknamed Terror, was wanted for murder of 2 people in Texas. He was caught strolling, walking around near 4 Mile Run Drive on Columbia Pike. So that's good, our law enforcement in action. Daniel.
Well, Craig, Arlington is a winner in the 2017 Digital County Survey. The 15th annual event recognizes counties that cultivate technological innovation and collaboration. They consider several factors, including transparency, mobility, collaboration, cybersecurity, disaster recovery, and cost control. Arlington won the 150,249,999 population category.
And also in award news, the Roslyn Sector Plan has won the Holzheimer Award for Economic Development. Roslyn won the Virginia chapter of the American Planning Association's annual award at a conference that was held on Tuesday, July 18. The plan focuses on a 25-year outlook to transform Roslyn's economy. It took almost 3 years of effort involving a diverse range of interest groups, including residents and the business community. So congratulations to Roslyn.
That's really awesome news. Congratulations. Well, Craig, awards for technology and planning are great, but awards for friendship are the most enduring. Wakefield High School students and friends Anna Tiernan and Kate Williams recently won the Alex and Annie Friendship of the Year Award. They were recognized at the 28th Annual Best Buddies Leadership Conference in Indiana last month. Best Buddies is a nonprofit whose goal is to create opportunities for one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, and leadership development for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Tiernan and Williams, that is, live in the same neighborhood. Their friendship is based on movie nights, supporting each other's interests, and helping to build the Best Buddies organization in their community. The pair has also been featured on Fox 5, where they discussed the annual Best Buddies prom. Craig.
All right, congratulations to Anna and Kate. That's good.
Awesome.
Good news, good stuff. All right, we'll be back with CBB, our Community Bulletin Board file, as promised, right after we hear from Adele Quo. And
It's
easy
being green.
Adele in her scarf.
Wow.
We
Well,
almost
I must not wear scarves very
we
often.
almost fell apart on that, but you're about the only one who's appropriately dressed in here for this. It's a little chilly in the
New
studio here
fashion
tonight.
look
It's a new
for
look.
easy being green.
I like it. Here's Adele.
We'll have to get one for Joe.
That's right.
Well, my name's Adele Quo, and it's time for another Mystery Tree of the Month for August. It is going to be an interesting Virginia native plant that's not very well known, but Native Americans knew about the various attributes of this tropical-looking plant. Joe Tree Frog wants you to get to know our mystery tree better. The tropical-looking leaves are large, 6 to 12 inches in length and 3 to 5 inches wide, and they appear to droop from the weight at the branch tips, which gives the tree a distinctive appearance. If you tear the leaves, it will smell pretty awful. The disagreeing smelling leaves, twigs, and bark of our mystery tree contain natural insecticides and therefore are unpalatable to deer and rabbits. Yet, the zebra swallowtail caterpillars enjoy munching on and feeding exclusively on the young leaves. The chemicals in the leaves protect the zebra swallowtail throughout the butterfly's life, as trace amounts of this alkaloid remain present, making them unpalatable to birds and other predators. The dark reddish maroon flowers bloom before the leaves unfurl, but they're not particularly showy, and some say the blossoms smell kind of bad. Even if it's a faint smell, it is compared to the scent of rotten meat. The unusual fruit, the largest native North American fruit, looks a little like a yellowish green to pale yellow mango. If you cut the fruit in half, like an avocado, don't forget to remove the large oblong seeds, and then you just spoon this flesh. It's comparable to a banana-like creamy texture and custardish flavor similar to banana, mango, meeting a little bit of cantaloupe taste. You won't find this tasty fruit in your local grocery store because they do not ship or store well, but you may find them showing up at your local farmers market soon. They ripen in early autumn from late August to mid-September. The fruit can be eaten raw. It can also be cooked in puddings or breads or used in making preserves, pies, ice cream, and other sweet desserts. Although the fruit is edible, handling the fruit does cause skin irritations and allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. So if you want to grow this native edible in your garden, you will need 2 different varieties for proper pollination. It is a small understory tree, perfect for our smaller gardens, and it will do well in the shade and part shade when young, but does enjoy full sun as it matures and prefers moist sites. Joe Tree Frog and I want to hear from you. If you can ID our mystery tree for August, just drop us a quick email. adelk.easybeingreen@gmail.com.
Nice.
I think I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
I think I
Don't
have
give
an
it
idea.
away.
Oh, I won't say anything.
Don't
though.
say anything.
I'll send in my my entry,
Email it.
my guess to your website. All right, thanks, Adele.
Thank you, Adele.
We appreciate it. Here we go. As promised now, our CBB Community Bulletin Board file. The 2nd annual Arlington County Fire Department's month-long donation drive for Animal Welfare League of Arlington has begun. Operation Fire Pause will continue throughout August. Firefighters across the county are gathering non-perishables, especially canned foods, collars, toys, and office supplies. The Animal Welfare League asks that you not donate milk bones or other boxed hard treats or homemade pet treats. Donations will be accepted until August 31st between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Collection bins are in the front entrances of all county fire stations. So Operation Fire Pause is in full swing. And we've got a list of them that should be on your screen there. Fire Station 1, they're at 500 South Glebe Road. Fire Station 2, 4805 Wilson Boulevard. Fire Station number 3, 4100 Old Dominion. Number 4, 3121 10th Street North. Fire Station number 5, 1750 South Hayes. Fire Station number 6, 6950 Little Falls Road. Number 7, 3116 South Abingdon Street. Number 8, 4845 Lee Highway. Fire Station number 9, 1900 South Walter Reed Drive. And Fire Station 10, 1559 Wilson Boulevard. There you are, the whole list of Arlington's fire stations, and get involved in Operation Fire Pause. Daniel.
And Craig, also as part of Operation Fire Pause, the fire department will feature pet safety tips and profiles of pets up for adoption from AWLA on its Facebook and Twitter pages. Visit their website at fire.arlingtonva.us/fire-pause/. Craig.
And also, if you'd rather enjoy music than movies, then go to Pentagon Row for their Thursday night summer concert series from now until August 17. You can go to Rock at the Row for free. Concerts run from 7 to 9 p.m. August 10th, you can listen to Kristen and the Noise. You can learn about their brand of music at their website, kristenandthenoise.com. And then on the 17th, you can listen to Crazy in Stereo. And you can learn about the band and hear some of their music at crazyinstereo.com. You can visit pentagonrow.com for more details about their concert series. Daniel.
Well, Craig, Penrose Square in Columbia Pike is screening late 80s movies on Saturday nights. On August the 12th, you can watch The War of the Roses. No, it's not about the real-life British history that inspired the popular mythological TV show Games of Thrones. It's a modern-day non-science fiction take on a couple's battle over who will get the house in a divorce. On August the 19th, you can watch the romantic comedy opposites attract teen drama Say Anything. It stars the legendary John Cusack and 80s teen idol Ion Stye. Visit the website at columbia-pike.org or go to the Twitter handle at Arlington CPRO for any cancellations and other information. Craig.
And Daniel, the Arlington County Fair is just around the corner, coming up during the weekend of August 18 through the 20th. If you're interested in selling food, arts, or crafts, then consider applying to be a vendor. Be sure to review the guidelines before you do. Applications for food trucks vendors can be found at arlingtoncountyfair.us/vendor/food vendors. All other types of vendors can visit this website, which should be on your screen, arlingtoncountyfair.us/vendors indoor vendors. Arlington County Fair coming up.
Absolutely, Mr. Nolan. If you'd like to help pay for those vendors or other expenses that the fair may incur, then consider becoming a sponsor. Contact Ray Harris, the sponsorship committee chair. That's at sponsors@arlingtoncountyfair.us. You can learn more about becoming a sponsor at the website. That's at arlingtoncountyfair.us/sponsors.
All right, Daniel, that's it for CBB. News for Seniors is just right around the corner. But first, we have Denise and her reviews. Here's Denise.
The Little Theater of Alexandria opens its season with Legally Blonde. In his director's notes, Hans Bachmann offers his take on the musical as lighthearted summertime fun, but he delivers much more substance in his well-crafted show. At UCLA, Elle Woods, a blonde Delta Nu sorority girl, is expecting a proposal from her boyfriend, Warner Huntington, when he dumps her and tells her he needs to find a more serious girlfriend because he is going to attend Harvard Law School. Ever the optimist, Elle decides that she too will attend Harvard Law School and win him back. She never seems to think that her college major of fashion merchandising will be any sort of obstacle. The fresh-faced sorority girls of Delta Nu with their shut-ups and oh-my-gods and the ubiquitous frat boys will evoke Elle's college days. They morph into law school students who accompany Elle on her journey of life lessons: loyalty, integrity, learning to be self-aware, and finally, recognizing true love. These life-affirming messages are never heavy-handed. They're seamlessly mixed into the heartwarming plot. Morgan Arrivalaga, who is still in college herself, portrays the perky blonde with a real soul, and Brendan Quinn is her surprisingly shallow ex-boyfriend Warner. While they convincingly portray the picture-perfect college sweethearts, the couple I found myself really rooting for is played by Catherine Lipovsky as the brash hairstylist Paulette, and Sean Garcia as Kyle, the UPS guy with swagger. Snaps to them for not totally stealing the show when they could have. And forgive me for the spoiler if I mention that Paulette's real-life four-legger should have gotten billing for his treat-induced cameo. Sarah Gale wardrobes the cast first in Malibu style, think pink for Elle, then in lawyerly navy blue and black. While LTA often boasts incredibly detailed sets, for this production, designer Dan Remmers has kept them simple and portable, so that they easily keep up with the lively tempo of the musical numbers. Choreographer Stefan Siddig has supplied dance routines beyond expectations for community theater casts, and challenges some of them with a particularly energetic jump rope number. Join Elle as she becomes legally blonde through August 12th at the Little Theater of Alexandria. I'm Denise Pringle. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Denise, and her spin on Legally Blonde. Appreciate it. All right, as promised now, here we go with our News for Seniors file. Well, for those of you who have memories of life in the good old days in Arlington, or for recent arrivals, there's a very nice new book that was just published on July 31st. It's called The Hidden History of Arlington County, written by longtime Arlington County resident Charlie Clark. Mr. Clark begins with a fairly traditional look at Arlington's English roots back in the 1600s, but soon after, the stories take a much wilder and sometimes darker turn. Mr. Clark tells us of the mythical Maple Shade house on North Powhatan Street and its grandeur over 160 years, but also reveals that its original owners' cotton farm between North Lexington and Quantico Streets ran on slave labor. He also informs us that the site on the present-day Marymount University campus and the Washington Golf and Country Club were previously owned by one Mary Ann Hall, who purchased the land with proceeds from her very successful brothel across the river in our nation's capital. So check out that book on the history of Arlington. Daniel.
Well, Craig, on a lighter note, Mr. Clark also remembers and records for us the existence of duckpin bowling in Roslyn and on Fairfax Drive. In case you don't know what duckpins looks like, well, the book even includes a nice photograph, nicely bound in high-quality paperback with dozens of well-rendered photos. Hidden History of Arlington is, the very least, a must-read, and for some, a must-have exploration of Arlington County's lesser-known, but for some, very familiar past. Craig.
All right, Daniel, some information now on hearing loss. For people who suffer from hearing loss, the effects go much deeper than simply turning up the TV or interrupting conversations with requests to speak louder. Hearing loss can have a profound effect on the way the sufferer is treated. The struggle to communicate is sometimes misinterpreted as a sign of dementia, and the increased difficulty in absorbing new information can cause the hearing loss sufferer to fall further and further behind in current events. Strangers, friends, and even relatives sometimes communicate less, leaving the person with hearing loss increasingly isolated. This can contribute to the risk of depression, anxiety, and even real dementia. Daniel.
Well, Craig joined Dr. Anna Anzola to learn how to solve many of these problems through hearing screening and treatment. Come to the Aurora Hills Community and Senior Center. That's at 735 18th Street South, Arlington, Virginia on Wednesday. That's August the 9th from 1 to 3 p.m. Call Michelle Atkin. That's at 703-228-5722 for more information.
All right, Daniel, and we'll be back with a little sign-off and bye-bye right after we hear from Miriam Gennari and her guests. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. My guest today is John Gaffigan. He's with Leaders in Energy. Welcome, John.
That I am, and I'm pleased to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. The last time we had a representative from Leaders in Energy, it was Janine Fennell. So tell me about your role there and what's happening.
Well, Janine brought me on, I guess, about 6 months ago to help her with member services and sponsorship. It's a volunteer organization. I love the premise of what we're doing at Leaders in Energy. It's all about, a servant's heart, trying to help people from a standpoint of growing good, sustainable solutions, nonpartisan manner. It's all about better stewardship of precious resources, something that I agree with quite well.
Well, and not only that, but you're organizing a very large group of people. So it's not bad for networking either, is it?
Well, yeah, right now we stand about 2,700 people across 103 countries and growing. It's grown organically. Part of my role is to help to try to drive increased membership. So we're doing a lot of things with social media and outreach and each one, reach one, kind of campaigns to get people out there. It's all about everybody collectively doing more with less resources, so we have stuff left over for our kids and grandkids.
Well, what I find most impressive about Leaders in Energy is the guests and the groups that come together. Some of your events are amongst the best and most well attended in this arena of sustainability and efficiency.
Yeah, we had an event at George Washington University about sustainable solutions on campuses. That was the 28th of February of this year, was a large event. I think we had about a dozen sponsors there. We had some real marquee companies that found value in showcasing their wares, the likes of Cisco, Johnson Controls, Nissan Leaf, a couple architectural firms. It was very well attended. Probably about 130 people there.
Fantastic.
And we have throughout the year we have events. Our December event is 4 generations. So we talk about leadership that goes from the youngest people all the way up through the greatest generation, and that connective tissue of people that are caring about stewardship through that.
Generation Z all the way to the baby boomers.
Correct.
And beyond? What's before the baby boomers?
Well, before, you mean I think that's the greatest generation.
The greatest generation, all together trying to solve the greatest problems.
Oh yeah, this is something that it really appeals, I think, to all of us, is to use our resources far more efficiently.
And then, of course, there's no party affiliation.
Nope.
This is all multicolored, multi-generational, and multi-disciplines in terms of renewable energy, fossil fuel. Anybody who wants to come and join the conversation.
Yeah, we're involved with the whole range, the whole spectrum, and we appeal to the John Wayne rugged individualists with their firearms, and their sub-basement, lockers, all the way to the Birkenstock granola, community. The whole political spectrum that cares about conservation is welcome, and we have everybody there.
Well, and personally, what you do as a endeavor or a business endeavor is you help businesses develop a business plan and an opportunity for themselves. So coaching entrepreneurs, is that what you do?
Yeah, I've organically bootstrapped a little, contingent of companies that all have as a common thread a better to be than the current as is. It's such exotic things as greening up diesel fuels, with companies that I support increasingly globally. I'm doing U.S. and Canada for Purify Fuel, but we have conversations in South Africa and Panama right now that I'm heading up. Case in point, for something that you would think is really outside the box, there is a tugboat operator that runs 7 ports from New York Harbor down to Jacksonville, and we can save them with this additive of over $4 million a year, hard cost. So at the same time we're doing that, we're also reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 40% or more. So it's one of those rare triple net type of opportunities that helps people, planet, and profit.
It's fantastic that this is germinating locally, and yet at the same time it has, like many things in Leaders in Energy, a global appeal.
Yeah, I think all the solutions that are out there, the DC area is loaded with really innovative people. You're finding that in Boston, you're finding that in the Silicon, San Francisco Bay Area, in Austin, Texas. In places like Raleigh and Charlotte, you're having a lot of innovation. It's all over the country.
So what's the biggest challenge then facing us?
I think the biggest challenge is for these technologies to gain critical mass, because there's an awful lot. I was just at the Rayburn House Office building yesterday. There was a big energy and environment exposition there, and I think about 45 companies that were presenting. So, and this was a national, and even international, because there was some companies from Canada that were down here for this show. There's an awful lot of innovation, and I think what you need to do is the folks that are bringing out these products, they have to live and die on an ROI basis. So they have to be able to
The real green,
the
right?
real,
You gotta
the
show
real
me
green.
the money, right?
But depending upon who your market is, you know, if you're talking to the financiers of a company, you're talking about the ROI. You know, rather it's measured in, like, 22, 24, 28 months, or what have you, or immediate ROI. That's ideal. And then the other community is you're talking to the folks that care about the sustainability. So you're talking about the environmental side.
Which is all of the people who are watching today. So please tell us, how do we get in touch with you?
Probably the best way to get in touch with me for my Leaders in Energy hat would be jgaffigan@leadersinenergy.org. And via text or cell, you can ring me on 703-283-6100. And it's been a pleasure chatting with you here today.
It's been a pleasure having you too, John. Everybody, you heard that. You've got his number, so do give him a call. I'm Miriam Gennari. There's another sustainable scoop for you. Back to the news desk.
All right, thanks, Miriam.
Thank you, Miriam.
Our very own styrofoam mom, Miriam Gennari, and her guest, John Gaffigan.
Oh, wow.
That was nice. Well, we're just about to wrap up here. Is there anything else you'd like to mention before we go, folks? Okay, I know you have something.
Welcome back, Amit.
Oh, yes,
He's
great.
doing our graphics today. It's been more than a year, but we missed his Yogathon segments.
Amit.
How do you say his last name?
Amit Rambat.
Oh, that's good.
Is that right, Amit? He's in there
He's in
right
there.
now, sitting there at the CG.
Yeah,
so
he gave
welcome
me the,
back, Amit.
Hey, Amit, he gave me the okay, so
And
that
next
you must
week
have said it
can't-
right.
We're waiting for another edition of your Yogathon out here, and we probably should all be practicing.
We all need it. We all need it, right?
Some yoga these days. Is Yogathon, can you do anything about the heat? Does that help you tolerate the heat? I don't know. But yeah, here we are in the dog days of August are upon us. This is our first show in August 2017, and it was a scorcher out there today. So stay cool, stay hydrated, and
Stay cool, Virginia.
stay tuned to the Arlington Weekly News. I guess that's about a wrap. Next week, if you're there, we'll be here, and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.